Now, sports with Garrett Brown.
CMU Athletics has claimed the All-Conference Sports Cup for a second year in a row, the fourth since the award was introduced 3 decades ago, awarding the RMAC school who competes at the highest level in the most different sports. So it only felt right to speak to the CMU Athletics director about the recent dominant run that the Mavs have been on in Grand Junction.
I think for us, winning this award, the conference competition, it just shows what a great department we have overall. And that truly is the key for us. That's what we want to be, not just great in one sport. We want to be well-rounded and good in all sports.
The Rocky Mountain Athletics Conference All-Sport Cup is awarded to the school that most consistently competes for regular season titles across all the sports said school competes in. For CMU Athletics, this year included taking titles in women's basketball, women's swimming and diving, men's swimming and diving, men's lacrosse, and baseball, along with women's lacrosse taking a shared conference title.
We've had, many of our teams have had moments. Our men and women's swim and diving team, of course, they won the conference again this year, but the sports that are really cool are both lacrosses. Men's lacrosse won, and it was a very competitive conference, and then our women were co-champions in the conference, and it's been a while since that happened. And of course, like you said, baseball, but our other programs are doing great as well, so it's a lot of fun.
CMU once again has a target on their backs in pretty much every sport, but will need to continue to find new, different, and competitive ways to stay in the mix for conference titles.
It is interesting. I think the pressure builds sometimes when you win and you win and you win. But there are those coaches like Coach Hanks, for example. He's always trying to find new ways to get better. Every year he's exploring things that he can do maybe differently, and I have a lot of respect for him because that's not easy to win year after year after year. After a while, everyone just expects you to do it, and they don't realize how hard it is. And volleyball's the same way, of course. And women's basketball, same thing. They had a great year this year. What I didn't mention earlier is both our wrestling teams. Women's wrestling won the conference. They don't have a regular season with scheduled games, but they had an RMAC tournament, and I went to it. It was really fun to watch them. And of course, our men are always good, and we had some guys qualify for nationals.
One way the Mavs will have to adapt no matter what is adjusting to the state of college sports in 2025, the era of NIL and the transfer portal. CMU actually took a big step forward earlier this year when their star women's basketball player, Olivia Reed-Thine, became the first Maverick athlete to land an NIL deal.
That was huge for us to have our women's basketball player have an opportunity with her name, image, and likeness. And when that exposure came out, there were 2 other businesses in town that also signed deals with 2 of our women's basketball players. So our plan is to continue to grow that, and it's really about us exploring it. At this point, we cannot help them get NIL. We can't be the people to set it up. Now, at Division I, they can. That was just changed like a week or 2 ago. And the rules are always changing, so you never know where it's going to go. But I believe we'll have a lot more as we go. And some alumni, I think, are going to step up, like with the baseball program, and potentially start a collective, is what they call it.
But one thing that has stayed the same with college athletics, strong connection with the alumni base, is vital. And CMU is absolutely no exception.
Our alumni they've been such a huge support to everything we do. Like you said, they come to football games, they're at baseball games, they're at basketball games as well. And the support is incredible. Soccer, they're at our soccer games. All our teams, they come out and help us quite a bit. And I do expect, as we get more exposure on the NIL and collectives, that we'll figure out a way to get some more of those pieces done.
In the NBA, we get the best 2 words in sports. Game 7 with the Indiana Pacers fending off elimination against the Oklahoma City Thunder to force one last game to decide it all. Indiana forced 12 first-half turnovers in Game 6, outscoring the Thunder 16-3 on fast break and 19-3 in bench points. The winner-take-all game is set for Sunday night in Oklahoma City. And before we go, the Jackalopes, despite erasing a 9-1 lead over in the Front Range against the Rocky Mountain Vibes, could not seal the deal, ultimately losing 12-11. And the Rockies dropped the series finale against the Washington Nationals 4-3. They're going to start a Coors Field series with an NL West foe, the Arizona Diamondbacks, later today. But for now, that'll do it for your look at sports, and we'll be right back.